You're sitting at your kitchen table at 2:17 a.m., staring at your bank app. Another month just disappeared. Rent taken, groceries taken, subscriptions taken, a few harmless nights out. And somehow, after 15 years of working, your net worth feels embarrassing. Not broke exactly, just stuck. The worst part? You make decent money. You're responsible. You even have a savings account. Yet here you are, watching the same quiet erosion that millions of others feel but never quite name. This isn't bad luck. It's 9 very specific mistakes most people make every single month. Mistakes that feel completely normal in 2026. And the brutal truth is the system isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed. Let's talk about the 9 mistakes that quietly keep people poor, even when they think they're doing everything right. Mistake 1. Treating your paycheck like it's already yours. The money hits your account, and it feels like victory. Then reality lines up at the door. Taxes, rent, car payment, insurance, groceries, phone bill, streaming, takeout. By the time you look up, future use. You get whatever crumbs are left. Most people live their financial lives in reverse. They pay everyone else first and hope something remains for them. The hidden mechanic here is simple. Human psychology favors immediate spending. Your brain registers that new gadget or dinner out as real pleasure today. The retirement account? Invisible. In 2026, with inflation still grinding away at purchasing power, that reversal costs people hundreds of thousands over a career. Flip the order. Decide your number, 15%, 20%, even 10%, and move it the second the paycheck lands. Automate it. Make it invisible. The people quietly pulling ahead don't negotiate with themselves every month. They remove the negotiation entirely. Mistake 2. Lifestyle creep that feels like progress. You get a raise. 6 months later, your expenses have mysteriously risen to match it. New car lease, better apartment, nicer vacations. I deserve this, you tell yourself. Here's the uncomfortable math. A person earning $85,000 who lives on $65,000 often builds more wealth than someone earning $160,000 who lives on $145,000. The difference isn't income, it's margin. Margin gives you options when the unexpected hits. And in 2026, the unexpected is becoming more expensive and more frequent. Lifestyle creep is one of the most socially accepted mistakes in modern life. Everyone around you is doing it. That's exactly why it works so well at keeping people stuck. Mistake 3. Using debt like a convenience store. Not all debt is evil, but most of the debt people carry is. Credit cards at 20 to 28% interest. Buy now, pay later plans. Car loans on vehicles that lose value the moment you drive them off the lot. Compound interest is a beautiful force when it works for you. When it works against you, it becomes financial cancer. Imagine 2 people with $8,000. One puts it on a credit card at 24% interest. The other invests it at a conservative long-term market return. 10 years later, one has paid the bank thousands in interest while the other has watched their money grow. Both feel like normal, responsible adults managing their money. Only one actually is. Mistake 4. Saving instead of investing and thinking they're the same thing. This one is quiet and deadly. You put money in a savings account earning 3 to 4%. Inflation runs at 4 to 6%. You feel responsible. Meanwhile, the real cost of living keeps rising. Your savings is slowly bleeding purchasing power every single year. The difference between saving and investing isn't complicated. Saving protects today. Investing builds tomorrow. In 2026, with asset prices continuing their long upward march, choosing only to save is one of the most expensive decisions most people never realize they're making. Mistake 5. Chasing hot investments while ignoring boring consistency. You see friends making money in crypto, AI stocks, or whatever the current frenzy is. FOMO kicks in. You buy the dip or the top. The data on this is merciless. Most individual investors underperform the market over time. They buy high on excitement and sell low on fear. The quiet winners do something far less sexy. They buy broad, low-cost index funds consistently, month after month, year after year. Boring wins, loud loses. The market has proven this for decades. 2026 is unlikely to be the year it suddenly changes. Mistake 6. Having no real emergency fund. One unexpected car repair, one medical bill, one layoff. Suddenly you're reaching for credit cards or pulling from long-term investments at the worst possible time. The people who look like they have their lives together aren't luckier. They simply built a buffer, usually 3 to 6 months of expenses, that protects their progress. Without it, every crisis becomes a wealth setback, and crises are becoming more common, not less. Mistake 7. Treating your job as your only income stream. The old model, one good job, work 40 years, collect pension, is mostly dead for people under 45. Wages have not kept pace with asset inflation. The people pulling ahead almost always have multiple streams: salary plus investments, plus side income, or a small business. It doesn't need to be glamorous, it needs to exist. Because when one stream gets disrupted, and it will, the others keep you from falling backward. Mistake 8. Ignoring taxes like they're someone else's problem. Taxes are most people's single largest lifetime expense. Yet most treat them like the weather, something you complain about but can't control. The sophisticated quietly use every legal lever available: retirement accounts, tax loss harvesting, proper asset location, timing of income. Over 30 to 40 years, these moves can literally add hundreds of thousands of dollars. The system is complex by design. Complexity rewards those willing to learn it. Mistake 9. Thinking in months instead of decades. This might be the deadliest mistake of all. You look at the market when it drops and panic. You see a new gadget and buy it. You delay investing because I'll start next year. Time is the one resource you cannot buy back. The person who starts investing seriously at 28 has an enormous advantage over the person who waits until 38, even if the later person earns more. 10 years of compounding is a force most people only understand when it's too late. These 9 mistakes don't feel like mistakes when you're making them. They feel like normal adult life. That's exactly why they're so effective at keeping people stuck. The system doesn't need to be evil, it just needs most people to stay distracted, comfortable, and financially reactive. The gap between those who see the mechanics and those who don't has never been wider. And in 2026, with inflation, debt levels, and economic uncertainty still pressing, that gap is still growing. So here's the lingering question. Which of these 9 mistakes are you still making? Not because you're lazy or stupid, but because they've been normalized so completely that you stopped noticing. The uncomfortable part isn't knowing the mistakes. It's deciding whether you're willing to stop making them. Start tonight. Pick one mistake, the one that stings most, and reverse it before the next paycheck lands. Automate the first 10 or 15% into investments. Build the emergency buffer, even if it feels slow. Stop treating debt like free money. Open a low-cost index fund and contribute every month, no matter what the headlines say. These changes are not dramatic. They are simply the opposite of what the average person does. Over the next decade, that opposite compounds into freedom, while everyone else stays stuck in the same quiet erosion. The system will keep working exactly as designed. The only question left is whether you will.